Welcome back to Hench and Saunters. It has been far too long since the last video. I know it's been a while. Here's my review of Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is directed by Patty Jenkins, who is known for directing Charlize Theron in Monster. The film stars Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, Connie Nielsen, Robin Wright, Danny Huston, and also David Thewlis. The film follows the comic book origin pretty closely and follows Diana, Princess of the Amazons, who is protected by her mother Hippolyta from becoming a warrior. Needless to say, she learns in secret and becomes quite a gifted fighter. One day, Steve Trevor, who is a fighter pilot during the Great War, crash lands on Themyscira, and this is their first interaction with a man. Diana feels it's her duty and her responsibility to go back with Steve and fight the war with him. The plot's pretty straightforward. It's a character who feels she's destined for greater things, and as an audience, we find out she is definitely destined for greater things. She's a superhero, of course. It's Wonder Woman. You know, there's no two ways about it. She was gonna end up being a superhero by the end of the film. The thing that surprised me the most is that Gal Gadot is really, really charming. I didn't expect it because in previous films I've seen her in, even in Batman vs Superman, she didn't really have a chance to shine. She didn't really have a chance to be charming or witty or anything like that. And thankfully, this film allows her to be that. She is very lovable, she's very cute, but she's also incredibly strong-willed and she seems powerful. I feel Chris Pine is incredibly charming as well as Steve Trevor and adds a great back and forth between him and Wonder Woman. The music in the film by Rupert Gregson-Williams adapts the Hans Zimmer theme from Batman vs Superman, and it really expands that theme and creates a really, really beautiful score for this film. It may not be a coincidence that some of it sounds a lot like Patrick Doyle's themes from Thor. I think the action scenes in this film are fantastic. There's an almost montage kind of scene where Diana is jumping and crashing through buildings, taking out waves of Nazis, and it's so cool to see. There's a specific scene with a sniper in a watchtower that's fantastic. Unfortunately for me, there were some pacing issues, and it never really makes the film boring, but it does take a little while to get going. But once it does get going, it's fantastic. There is also, unfortunately, the typical DC signature of too much CGI. There's a lot of CGI, especially towards the third act, that arguably is unnecessary, and it really does not necessarily bog the film down, but it cheapens it in a way. Now, thankfully, there isn't too much connective tissue in Wonder Woman to the other DC movies, which allows it to flourish on its own merit. I think this movie shows a real turning point not only for a predominantly male genre, but for the DC movies as well, and I'd like to think that it was all intentional. Needless to say, I'm very excited for Justice League in November. As I said, I think this is a very, very positive turning point for the DC movies, and it might finally get fanboys off DC's back. Thank you for watching. That was my very cheap and cheerful Wonder Woman review. I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and if you do like this, please give us a thumbs up. If you've got something to say, leave a comment down below, and if you want to see more, hit subscribe. I promise you there's going to be regular videos again very soon.